Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to lead you through a heart opening flow practice, and we're going to use some props today. So we're going to grab ourselves a block. If you don't have a block handy, we're also welcome to grab a hardcover book or maybe even a rolled up pillow or blanket, whatever you have to support yourself. We're also going to use a strap today, and if you don't have a strap, you're welcome to bring in a tie, anything that you can use to grab hold of any props in your body. These are perfect props to bring into the practice, and let's grab those props, roll out our mat, and let's get started. So let's start off this practice today in easy pose, and again, if your hips are tender, you're always welcome to bring your block just underneath of the sits bones, and we're going to press the hips back down onto the block and allow your hips to just gently roll forward. You can bring your right ankle in front of your left or your left ankle in front of the right, wherever feels comfortable. And from here, let's gently close down those eyes. We'll plant the hands to wherever it feels good for you. Plant your hands to the thighs, the knees, and find space to settle into your practice. Take one full inhale, and exhale, maybe sigh it out. We'll take these next few moments to come into some clearing rounds of breath. Allow your body to stay stable into this posture, elongating through that spine. And as you inhale, seeing if you can inhale gratitude, power, love, strength into your heart. And as you exhale, we'll release all of that stagnant energy within the body. Once again, as we inhale, we'll inhale that powerful good within your body, that powerful energy. And again, as you exhale, we'll release any stagnant, stale energy within the body. Whenever we're ready, let's start to set that intention for your practice today. And maybe that's an intention of love, since we are working through that heart series today. Maybe it's an intention of love, gratitude, whatever it is that you can settle into your heart. Settle it into your practice. And as we roll through this practice today, continually bring that intention back into your body. Let's see if we can deepen that breath a little bit, coming into our steady, even state of breath, or maybe even begin to introduce your sounded Ujjayi breath. And as you inhale, maybe even begin to envision that wave coming towards you. And as you exhale, maybe begin to envision that wave flowing out from the shore. So as you inhale, noticing that tide coming into the shore, ocean breath. And as you exhale, noticing the tide leave the shore. And then whenever we're ready, we'll start to begin to open up those eyes. On our next inhalation, let's begin to rise those arms straight up and overhead. Begin to interlace the fingers and bring the fingers to the base of the neck, thumbs to the base of the neck. Open up through your heart and your chest. So you're going to keep the sits bones rooted deeply down into your blocker to the floor, and maybe begin to shift your gaze up towards the sky. So we're opening up through the heart here. So your back is coming into a little bit of a J bend here. Finding length and depth up through your spine, really opening up through the heart. And take about 2 more rounds of breath. And as you exhale, we're going to round through that spine. Bring those elbows forward. Chin comes down towards the chest. Hug the elbows towards one another. So you're giving yourselves a nice gentle release into that base of the neck. And inhaling, let's open up one more time through that heart. Open that heart straight up towards the sky. Gazes up towards the ceiling if that feels good. Elbows apart from one another. Again, our back is making that nice J bend here, almost as if you're making an upside down J within your back. And exhaling one more time, we'll round in through that spine. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Hug the elbows towards one another. On your next inhalation, we'll begin to rise straight back up through your heart. And exhale, we'll release those hands back down to the floor. Good. You're welcome to remove your block, or you can keep the block there if that feels good. I'm going to remove it for this section. Whenever you're ready, we'll come into that side body stretch here. So plant your right fingertips down to the floor. We'll inhale, rise the left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, slowly begin to inch your right fingertips out towards the right side of the room. Maybe begin to bring your right forearm down towards the floor. Gaze can stay off towards the front of the room. If your neck feels okay, and you're welcome to take it a little bit deeper by shifting your gaze up into the eye of that left elbow. Active through your left fingertips, feeling that nice long line from the base of your left sits bone up towards the top of your left fingertip. Inhaling, we'll rise that straight back up. Exhale, let's plant your left fingertips down to the floor. And inhale, rise the right arm straight up to the sky. Again, inch your left fingertips out towards the left side of the room. Seeing if you can come into that side body stretch. Again, gaze can stay off towards the front of the room, or maybe shifting your gaze up in towards the eye of the right elbow. Keeping your focus onto your breath, onto your intention that you've pulled into your heart today. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, so you're still actively opening up through the chest. Inhale, we'll rise that right arm straight back up. Exhale, right fingertips back down to the floor. Good. From here, let's slowly begin to roll up onto our hands and knees. Let's start off with a little bit of a heart opening into your puppy pose. So walk your hands out in front of the body. Root that chest down in between the arms. So spread your fingertips nice and wide. We'll slowly inch the chest down to the floor. So you're welcome to keep a slight bend into the elbows if this is too active for you today. Or you can extend your arms a little bit further forward. Bring that chest down to the floor. Maybe bring your forehead down to the floor, or maybe even begin to bring your chin to the floor if that feels good for you today. Keeping it a little bit more active through the heart and the chest. Finding length and depth into your breath. Finding about 3 more breaths. On our next inhalation, we'll begin to rise it back up into your neutral tabletop. Exhale, we'll slowly begin to curl those back toes under. Send your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. So start to pedal out those feet for this first down dog. Walk the heels down to the floor, opening up in whatever way feels good within your body. So if you want to pedal out the feet, maybe begin to give them just a gentle wiggle out here. Take it to where it feels good for you. On our next inhalation, let's look forward. Exhale, take a slight bend in the knee. Walk or hop your feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll rise that halfway up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, let's rise those arms straight up and overhead, looking up to your hands. Exhale, we'll hinge and fold over your legs. Inhale, we'll rise that halfway up. Bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, firmly plant the hands. Walk or hop your feet to the back of the mat. Come down through your chaturanga. So if you need to, you're always welcome to bring the knees down to the floor. Inhale, rise it up into your baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we'll send our hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Breathing here, actively pressing those hips a little bit further back. On your next inhalation, let's rise that right leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, we'll plant your right foot in between your hands. Slowly begin to rise your torso up so it's in line with that back left leg. Shine the palms beside the hips. Keep actively pressing up and out of your left heel. You're welcome to extend this a little bit deeper by reaching your fingertips up towards the front of the room. One long line out through the base of your left heel up to the crown of the head. Nice strong posture through your right gluteal muscle. On our next inhalation, we'll rise the arms straight up to the sky, crescent lunge. From here, let's once again bring the thumbs to the base of the neck. Open the elbows up, gaze shifts up towards that sky, coming into a nice heart opening posture here. Arching through your back. Sounded breath. On your next inhalation, we'll rise those arms straight back up to the sky. Exhale, let's windmill those arms down to the floor. Plant that right foot back to meet the left. Lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale, rise it up into your back bend. Exhale, press your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Taking about 2 more full deep breaths here. On our next inhalation, we'll rise that left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, let's plant your left foot in between the hands. Slowly begin to rise your torso up so it's in line with that back right leg. Shine the palms beside the hips, nice, strong, and active through your posture. Breathe here, activating through that left gluteal muscle. If you want to stay right here, you're welcome to. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, let's shine the fingertips up towards the front of the room. Elongating out through that spine. On your next inhalation, we'll rise it up into your crescent lunge. Fingertips up to the sky. Bring those hands together. Exhale, thumbs to the base of the neck, opening up through your heart and your chest. Gaze shifts up towards that ceiling. Hug the elbows out towards opposite sides of the room. Breathe. Nice deep heart opening through that chest. Finding that intention back into your heart. Inhale, we'll rise those arms straight back up. Exhale, bring those hands back down to the floor. Left foot back to meet the right. Lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale, rise it up, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, send your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Take about 2 full breaths. On your next inhalation, let's rise that right leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, let's bring your right knee towards your right elbow. Lower down to the wrist. Rise it up to the elbow. Down to the wrist, up to the elbow. Down to the wrist one more time. Up to the elbow, straight back up to the sky. Good. Inhale, we'll bring that right foot in between the hands. Slowly begin to windmill it out into your warrior 2, looking out and over your front right fingertips. Left arm is in line with that left shoulder ball. Breathe, a nice strong warrior here, opening up through the hips. Whenever you're ready, we can inhale, rise those arms straight up to the sky. Interlace the palms, shine the palms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll hinge towards the back of the room. Gaze is up towards that sky. Come into a nice side body stretch. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Keep that nice deep lunge. Don't let go of the bend into your right knee. Nice sounded breath. On our next inhalation, we'll rise that chest straight back up. Exhale, sink it back into your warrior 2. From here, we're going to hop it up into your half moon pose. So we'll bring the right fingertips down to the floor. Left toe out towards that left side of the room. Slowly rise the left arm up to the sky. If you can, shift your gaze out towards the left side of the room. If you need to, you're welcome to grab your block. Plant it underneath of the hand for support and stability. Left arm up to the sky once again. Take it to where it feels good in your practice, your body. Exhale, and we'll bring that left hand to your left hip. Slowly begin to hug your left knee into the chest. Press that straight back up. Hug it into the chest. Press that out. Let's try for 2 more. Good. When you finish that second one, we'll lengthen that straight back out. Bring your left hand down to your block or to the floor. Rotate those hips so that they're nice and square. Exhale, we'll hinge, come into your standing split. So walk your fingertips towards your right big toe. Maybe even seeing if you can take hold of that ankle. If you can, lots of balance here. If you can't, that's okay. You're always welcome to keep hold of your block. Breathe. On your next exhalation, let's bring that left foot back down to meet the right. Inhale, we'll rise that halfway up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Firmly plant the hands, walk or hop your feet to the back of the mat. Lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale, rise it up, back bend. Come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back into your downward facing dog. 2 full breaths. Sigh it out if you need. On our next inhalation, we'll lengthen that left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to that left elbow, down to the wrist, up to the elbow, down to the wrist, up to the elbow. 1 more time. Lengthen it straight back up. Left foot in between the hands. Rotate your right foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Windmill it up into your warrior 2. Sinking nice and deeply into this posture. Left knee out towards your left pinky toe. Breathe. Arms in line with the shoulder balls. On our next inhalation, we'll rise those arms straight up and overhead. Interlace the fingers, shine the palms up to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll hinge towards the back of the room. Left shoulder forward, or left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Find stability into your pose. Don't let go of your nice deep lunge. Inhale, we'll rise that straight back up. Exhale, sing it back to your warrior 2. Let's come into that half moon pose. So bring the left fingertips down to the floor, right toe out towards the right side of the room. Right arm goes up to the sky. Gaze can shift out towards the right side of the room. Find your drishti point, your point of focus. Breathe. Again, if you need to, bring your block underneath of the left hand. Exhale, we'll bring that right hand to your right hip. Slowly begin to hug your right knee into the chest. Press that straight back out. Hug it into the chest. Press it out. Let's do 2 more. When you finish that last one, press that straight back out. Bring your right hand down to the floor. Rotate through those hips. Come into your standing splits. Toe up to the sky. Squared off hips. Walk your hands towards your left big toe, or maybe even take hold of your ankle if you can. You're welcome to grab hold with one hand, or maybe even both hands. Strong sounded breath. Exhale, we'll walk those fingertips forward. Bring that right foot back down to meet the left. Inhale, rise that halfway up. Exhale, firmly plant the hands, walk or hop your feet to the back of the mat. And we're going to lower ourselves down onto the belly. So lower that chest down nice and slow. Come all the way down to the belly. You're welcome to shift yourselves a little bit further back onto your mat so your face is planted onto your mat if you need. Good. One, curl the back toes. Let's come up into our baby cobra. So firmly plant the hands underneath of your shoulder balls. Squeeze the toes and heels together. On your next inhalation, we're going to rise up through your chest. Use the low back muscles here. Nice deep back bending. Opening up through your heart. Gaze is up towards the sky. Breathing deeply. Finding your hold. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down from the body. Squeeze the elbows into the torso. And exhaling, release that back down into the floor. Slowly plant your right cheek down to the floor. Bring those hands back down beside the hips. Take one full inhale. Exhale, side out. Good. Whenever you're ready, let's keep those hands where they are beside the hips. On our next inhalation, we're going to rise up through your heart and your chest. Extend the fingertips towards the back of the room. Lift the toes up off the floor. Opening up through your heart, opening up through that low back here. Breathe. Strong through your posture. Sounded breath. Roll the shoulder blades back and down from the body. Two more active breaths. Exhaling, roll it back down to the floor. Plant that left cheek down onto the floor. Take one full inhale. Exhale, side into your low back. Good. Whenever you're ready, let's come into our full bow pose. So plant those hands onto the back, onto the tops of the feet or the ankles. We'll inhale, rise up through your heart. Press your ankles into your hands, opening up through the heart and the chest. Roll into the soft part of your belly. Breathe. Hug the knees down to the center line. Nice active sounded breath. Two more breaths if you can. Keep it nice and strong. And exhale, slowly, slowly roll it back down to the floor. Plant your right cheek down to the floor. Gaze to the opposite side. Take one full inhale. Exhale, side into your low back. Good. On our next inhalation, let's firmly plant the hands underneath of the shoulder balls. Exhale, we'll slowly begin to rise it up into a tabletop. Press those hips up and back into a child pose. Let your head fall heavy into the floor. Knees can be open. We'll take about 2 full breaths. On our next inhalation, let's begin to walk ourselves all the way back up. Exhale, let's hug those knees back down to the center line. And we're going to actually grab hold of our strap. So do anything you need to grab hold of that strap. Right. Once we've grabbed hold of the strap, we'll inhale, rise that right arm straight up to the sky. Keep the strap into your right hand. Take a bend into your right elbow. Wrap that left arm around the back side of the body, seeing if you can take hold of that strap. Actively reach those fingertips towards one another. So maybe you have lots of space and you can grab hold of opposite fingertips. If not, use your strap and slowly inch those hands a bit more towards one another. We'll open up through your heart and the chest. Gaze is lifted slightly up towards the sky. Breathe. Active sounded breath. Right elbow is opening up. Left elbow is opening towards the back of the room. Nice active opening through that chest. On your next exhalation, let's release that hold. Left hand comes down to the floor. Let's release the strap and plant that strap into your left hand. Once again, rise that left arm straight up to the sky. Take a bend into your left elbow. Wrap your right arm around the back side of the body. Reach for the strap or maybe opposite fingertips if you have lots of space today. We'll actively hug the right shoulder back, left elbow back. So you're opening up through your heart and your chest. Gaze is shifting up towards the sky. Breathe. Again, we're taking that nice upside down J bend into the back. On your next exhalation, let's slowly begin to release your right hand. Rise that left arm straight back up and left hand comes down to floor. Let's release that strap off to the side. Give your shoulders a nice wiggle out, roll them to the back of the room. Awesome. From here, let's rise those hips up off of the heels. And we're going to bring those hands into just where your rib cage meets the meaty part of your body. We'll actively squeeze the elbows towards one another. Let's rise up through your gaze. Press your hips forward, open up through your heart and your chest. Slowly begin to shift your gaze up to the sky. Maybe you have a little extra space today and you can shift your gaze towards the back of the room. Let your head fall heavy. Breathing deeply. Actively squeeze the elbows towards one another. Two more breaths. On your next inhalation, we'll slowly rise that all the way back up. Good. Exhale, let's press those hips back down to the heels. Come into a closed-knee child pose for just about 3 full breaths. Begin to exhale a little bit deeper into your low back. It might begin to start feeling a little bit tender here. On our next inhalation, begin to walk yourselves all the way back up. Hips come all the way up off of the heels. On your next exhalation, we're going to root your right fingertips down to the floor. Scoop that left arm around towards the right side of the room. Slowly sweep it all the way around. The left arm arches out towards the back of the room, coming into another deep back bend here. Another chest opener. Gaze comes up to the sky. Exhale, we'll scoop that left arm all the way out in front of us. Bring that left hand to your left heel. Right arm swings all the way out towards that left side of the room, up and around, coming into your gentle heart opener, your back bend. Breathe. 3 more breaths. Actively press those hips forward. Exhale, we'll swing that right arm back around to the front of the room, rise up through your hips, and slowly begin to press the hips back down to the heels, and we'll swing the feet back around in the front of the body. Done lots of back bending today, so let's wiggle those legs out in front of the body. Start to flex through those feet. We're going to take this nice and gentle, so keep a slight bend into the knees. Inhale, rise up through your chest, and exhale, slowly inch your chest forward. You might feel a little tenderness into that low back, so we're slowly going to work our way into this posture. Take it nice and gentle, inch your fingertips to the calves, then maybe towards the ankles, and then eventually towards the feet if you have the space today. Let your head fall heavy. Come back to your sounded breath. Breathe into that low back, into that tension. We're going to hang out here for about 5 more full deep breaths. And if your neck is feeling tender at all from backward bending, you're welcome to let it hang and give it a nice gentle sway from side to side. Just easing any tension off of the neck. And on your next inhalation, we'll slowly begin to walk ourselves all the way back up. Awesome. On our next exhalation, let's plant those hands behind the hips. We're going to come into our Purvottasana, our reverse plank pose. Modification of this is reverse tabletop, so take a bend into the knees. Lift those hips up, let your head fall heavy, opening up through those shoulder balls here. If you want to take it into the full variation, reverse plank pose, toes down to the floor. Let your head fall heavy, lift those hips up as high as you can. Breathe, nice, strong, and active through this posture. Three more breaths. Keep those hips lifted a little bit higher if you can. Good. On our next exhalation, slowly, slowly root those hips back down to the floor. Take one full inhale, and exhale. We'll take a slight bend into the knees and begin to lower yourselves down onto the back. And once you've landed onto the back, let's come into our Baddha Konasana. I love ending practice with my Baddha Konasana, so let's bring those feet together, open the knees up like a book. Lie with those palms facing up. And again, if you want a little bit more heart opening here today, you're welcome to bring a bolster underneath of your back. Just helps to aid with a little bit more of a heart opening. If you don't have a bolster, bring in a rolled up pillow, plant that underneath of your back, and it'll just help aiding into that openness through the heart and the chest. Roll your shoulder blades back and down from the body. If you want a little bit more openness today, let's bring those arms into cactus arms here. So you're finding a nice gentle pull into the chest. We'll find about 3 more full, gentle compression breaths into the body. So as you exhale, release your body a little bit deeper into the floor. And then whenever you are ready, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. If you want to soak up a few more moments of this hip opener, or maybe even a heart opener if you brought in your bolster. If you want to take it down into your final relaxation, we'll begin to lengthen those legs out from the body. Take up a little extra space today if you have it. Let your feet float out a little bit wider than the mat. Lie with those palms facing up. Roll your shoulder blades back and down from the body. Palms come down beside the hips. Letting go of your activation through your practice breath. Come back to your natural state of body, natural state of breath. And taking these next few moments to let go of this practice. Letting go of the day, whatever part of the day you're at today, letting it go. Come back to where you're at, your natural state of being. Become an object within this room. Letting go of all thoughts if you can, and if that's too hard today, think of your intention, or bring your gaze back to your breath. Trying to take these next few moments to allow our bodies to just be. Allow your mind to just be, and allow your breath to just be. Be where it is today in your body. And take a few more moments here for space and time for you. If you want to stay here for a few moments after the practice is finished, you're welcome to. Taking a little extra time today for you. Hey guys, thanks again for watching today. So like, subscribe, or comment and share for more content like this.